Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, musicians, and other creatives. Look, if you have a dream and you want to hire someone to make it happen but don't know where to begin, go there. You'll find flatters and editors, musicians who can get you custom music. It is a wonderful place to be. And if you are a small creator like myself and you're looking for a home, a place where your stuff can be public, people can find you, people can reach out and touch the dream of having you do something great for them and giving you money, consider joining the Indie CD community. You'll have access to the community calendar, which, dear friends, I have a note from the director and overlord of Indie CD. There's this thing called the community calendar. It tells what's going on. It says what conventions that you will be at so that people can find you at those conventions, being the very point of said community calendar. But you see, Joe is many things. A dark techno mage bent on world domination, certainly. Someone who spent considerable supernatural effort to acquire everyone's favorite witch from the construction coven as his own personal plaything. Absolutely. But he is not a mind reader. He can't just go and know that you're going to be at a convention. So please reach out to Joe if you are a member of Indie CD and you're going to be at a convention as a vendor and say, hey, I'm going to blank con. Can we put in the community calendar so folks know? This has been a totally unsponsored, sponsored PSA. And if you use Podcast One, you'll get your Indie CD stuff at half off. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. As well as big stompy robots, also StompCon 2025, which will be held September 13th, I believe, 2025. Yes, I'm going to port right into that. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, we are past this little date of September 7th, which means StompCon has come and gone. And it was a wonderful, wonderful thing. Thank you, everyone who came out. In spite of finding out it was scheduled against a great many things, we had a decent turnout. I am rather pleased. Most of the vendors at least made some money on a sliding scale. The Big Stompy Robots tourney went very well, as things continue to fall from the side of my desk. The cosplay tournament went well. I will be doing a custom image in the near future for the winner per the contract. Gentleman came as a half-shifted druid. It looked pretty good. I mean, a little werewolf mask. He was very proud of himself. We also had By the Board was there. Game and Grub was there. A huge, colossal shout out to Carl Witzman, who was there. Shout out to the person who's asked me to say they aren't there, so I'm not going to say they were there, but you know who you are. I think it's shenanigans, but I will respect your beliefs this time. Gadget. But we had a wonderful time. I got to demo the game enough that I didn't really have time to sit down and do custom art for people. Financially, at the end of the day, we made back about half of what we put into it, which really is not bad at all for a first con where you know you're going to take a financial hit. That we have time between now and September to make up the money for it and make sure that Indie CD Con goes well as well, because the second one of those is coming up. There is a date, I just don't have it readily in my fat little fingers. But it was a blast. It was great seeing some people I haven't seen in a while. I got to hug Don Dulas, and once again, Don, thank you for breakfast. Not just then, thank you for breakfast today. And I will never be able to look at Don without thinking of the term maple frosting. You are welcome. And before you guys get bad with it, before you humble little heathens start getting out of line because it's a Monday and you guys are all into it, not the green room. Thank you. Now, on to further discussions. Like I said, the convention was a blast. We had some great people in attendance. A couple people saved last minute. I made the payment, pay what you can. You know, I assumed a couple people would pay simply $50 and leave it at that if that was good. To the ones who went over it, thank you. We didn't realize you did that because it was folded, you shady, shady, shady people. But we love you. And to the people who paid what they could, I appreciate every red cent. It makes it easier for me to do this. We learned a lot about the convention. Not about the convention, but some of the community. I've had a lot of people asking me to do this expressly, and a lot of people canceled at the last minute. The people who canceled will be remembered as doing so. That's part of it. Not the happiest part, but it's part of it. The people who came out of nowhere and made it amazing. Again, By the Board in Lowell, you guys, Adrian is just the saint of conventioning. If you have a chance and you want to stop by a game shop that is of quality, go there. I will say, if you're in the Fowler area, please go to Game and Grub. However, they are still having some distribution issues. So it is what it is there. But they're getting started, and I love a startup, and I want to see a plucky underdog. Because the Lafayette game shops get a little too much credit in this region, in my humble opinion. Not that they don't deserve to make it, but they don't need to get everybody's money all the time. We also, let's see. Oh, God, guys. And I can't show them to you because they are in the truck, and we did not unload. No. Sunday, there was no unloading. Sunday, I slept till 2 p.m. There was no unloading. It was just me Cats on top, blankets gone. I got up, went to the couch, talked, had some, unsanctioned naps there, hobbled. That was the entirety of Sunday. I have to pay for that today, but that's okay. I accept this debt. We did have an amazing time, though. There were shenanigans. There was green room humor. There was very green room humor. Bonus points to Don and they who shall not be named for their own demands, because they came the day before we were asked to open early, and the people who asked to open early could not make it at the time they asked us to open early for. So we had a mini convention before the convention, which was oddly delightful. We talked shop. Now that it is through, I cannot show you the incredible. I got to get to the next part of it, though. I cannot show you the incredible 3D prints that both Joe and Rich Asplin brought me. But, guys, whoops, that needs to be turned off, not turned on. I was nearly crying. You have to understand, some of the designs I've been working on for 20 years, a few are old relics from the way gone, and I finished up the 9 plus the glitchers over the last week. I did, in fact, stay up very, very late doing so, because I'd go through my normal days and then stay up till about 4 a.m. to do that. Should I have done that? Technically, no. Do I regret it? Absolutely not, because what Joe and Rich put in my hands was amazing. It's something to have a dream. It's another to see it made manifest and real. And I am glad that that's going on. At some point in the fairly near future, there may be some announcements on Indie CD retailing some BSR related materials. And of course, now we have mostly rendered, I won't say quality rendered, but mostly rendered 3D assets for Joe to play with when, the ADHD wheel of hobby comes back to game design again. Video game design, that is. Even if they're just sliding around, that would look actually hilarious. But it was great. And we had people come out to be in the BSR tourney. That blew my mind. It blew my mind that they're like, yes. Why? Because I want a shot at that gold BSR. For people who don't know, every event that I'm running a tourney at, I make one gold BSR. I spray paint it, I hand make it, spray paint it, only one. Could there be bootlegs out there? Possibly, but I only make one per event. And it was really cool to give it to a kid who actually, a kid named Max, who learned to play BSR that day and won the 500-point tourney. That was awesome. That's why I do it. Trying to build a legacy that will financially help support my son, and in the long run, and will help people get encouraged and onboarded to gaming, because in a world of gatekeepers, I want to be an access ramp. In a world where people growl and snarl about this and that, I want to be like, can I put an escalator in? Do you need an elevator? Can we just get the planes to drop people right off into the lovely hobby? So that little part is living a very small but very important dream of mine, and it's very cool on whatever scale it manifests. But it's really cool to look at you and go, StompCon 1 was great. StompCon 2 will be scheduled with many less conflicts. I'm trying not to have ire at the Dan Patch Festival. There's no fist shaking at the Dan Patch Festival for daring exist. But, no. Okay, there were some jokes. But that was, that is settled this year. We contacted them to find out when they were going to be next year, so we could not. I'm very, very pleased. Next con down the pipe is, I believe, for us that we're running in March. It will be IndieCD.con Part 2. I really want to say Electric Boogaloo, but I don't want to get in trouble for that. And events we know we will be at in the meantime is LodgeCon at the, I want to say, the Warren County Fairgrounds north of Bourbonnais, Illinois. Assuming, we make it through the vetting, which we should. It's a juried con, but I have it on good authority. We should make it in. And then the possibility of Region Con. That's still sitting at a possibility stage. Well, we'll probably do this year. I want to give last year a chance to be a fluke. But other than that, what are you guys doing? The folks who came out to the con, what do you remember the most? What do you want to talk about? And other accountability. Basically, now I'm doing the backlash of everything I had to put up with the con. So for next week or so, I'm going to be frantic again, catching up on everything that got neglected, and then working on the new version of ESR. Back to writing on Haints and Hellfire. A couple other literary projects in the works. Some gaming projects in the works. You guys know me. I never get to shift into neutral for long. So with that, folks, and again, huge thanks to everyone who came out and everyone who supported me one way or another. You don't know what it means to me, and I am not an eloquent enough speaker to properly phrase it. As usual, biggest thanks go to my man Joe Bachman. So here's his ad. Be back in about a minute and a half. All right, let's go through the comments. And first through the door is our man, Joe Bachman. Good morning. Good morning, Joe. And Carl's greeting everyone. And good morning, lurkers. Yes, whether you are commenting or lurking on any of our sites, please like where you are. Also, if you can watch it on my YouTube channel, if you gain interest, that being the @Nicholas Tockert channel. I'm trying to get the subscribers up. Believe it or not, we are creeping very slowly towards being able to monetize, which would be a huge thing for me. So let's see if we can't get that done. Accountability, ran out of excuses for not revisiting the revising Muncie guide. So I've got it open in the background, reading through it again. Excellent. Get it done, Carl. Good morning, Trelena. You will be getting money and orders for your things too in the fairly near future. I just actually was so busy running the convention, I did not personally get to buy a thing from anyone. I was literally so busy the entire time. I barely got to glance at Game and Board, by the board. I was just flying. So good things are coming your way eventually. And yes, I know what you did. Sneaky. Hey, Trey. We got greetings from Donna. Hey, Donna. And greetings. Sorry, took a last trip down the hall, which turned into 2 kitty pettings and a few minutes of play. It happens. Nothing is ever a quick trip around here. That's fine. Accountability had an awesome weekend at StompCon. Now gearing up for Rummage in the Park this weekend. Ooh. That sounds cool. Give details. I know it's going to be at Twin Oaks Park in lovely New Chicago. That's Life with Pets for you. Yes, it is. Hey, Foxy. Speaking of pets, how you doing? Are you getting enough of your daily recommended head pets, Foxy? Rummage in the Park. Sounds interesting. I read that as Rampage, and at first ideas were had. Rampage in the Park. A modern version on American Gladiators. All you have to do is cross this field without getting hit. However, there are a dozen toddlers to teenagers who have been caffeinated and handed buffers. May the odds be in your favor. And hello, Thesis. How are you doing, sir? Rampage! Rampage in the Park. I can think of a few ways that can be fun. Yes, it is. And today is my favorite niece's birthday. She's 60. Tomorrow is her dad's birthday. Bro will be 77. Dave was born on Mom's 19th birthday. She would have been 96. Cool. Hey, Thesis. Made the mistake of letting Strip watch Cat TV Bird Show this morning, and now he's fascinated with my screen and chasing my cursor as I type. Reminds me of the time we were playing at, GTA? Each person got to go on a rampage till they got caught. Mine was slow but long. I drove a bulldozer. If I had a bulldozer. There is a song by Haywood Banks. I am not going to sing it any farther than that in the chorus. If I had a diesel rig with a big old blade, treads just like a tank, I would have it made. Courtesy would reign and arguments abate, 'cause everybody know I'd squash him like a grape. Seriously, you need to find that song. And yeah, that was GTA 5. We had a contest to see who could launch their vehicle furthest, and I won that one. Excellent. Like that wild guy in Colorado. Yep, I am intimately acquainted with the incident you are speaking. Something like that. It only hurt our ribs from laughing so hard. You mean you're saying that violent video games are a catharsis and not actually causing you to be violent, but instead letting you bleed off tension? Dawn must still be gathering her nuts. I wonder if they're maple flavored today. Anyway, Foxy says probably. Maybe she's out capturing Munzie. Trey shuffles around to summon the usual suspects. Where's Alec? Trey, you might have to summon him too. And hi, Alec, good morning. Don't kill Garb with a vat of acid, I beg you. Tosses Garb to her. So, Trey, we may have to talk on a subject that's running through the back of my mind about a possible commission. No, bad Carl. Gently sits down Garb and pats. Tonight we won't use acid this time. Maybe pool full of sharks. He's already had a sharktopus try and eat him. No, technically the sharktopus did eat him. It just didn't stay. He doesn't need to relive that trauma. Joke. Garb has been through it apparently. Well, you see, I may have done an homage to one of my favorite underrated horror movies of all time, a little film called Grabbers, which very few people know and even fewer enjoyed. No, it's great. It's a very Irish horror movie. Drunk Irishman versus Lovecraftian horrors from the deep. Anyway, sharks with freaking laser beams on their heads. He has! Beloved himbo deserves the world, but the world doesn't serve him. And now Austin Powers is in your brain, as it should be. And Don's greeting Alec. And, well, good, Trey. At least someone got the reference. I was going to have to feel old if I had to explain that joke. Why? I'll take $1 million. Don't you need $1 billion? No, I'll take $1 million. I'm a cheap date. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Liked. Charcoal. I want all your attention, Dad. What? On your lap? No, not that. Hey, Joe, we're going to Holocon if you don't know. Man, Carl just went full Joker on me in my mind for a second there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Donna made a bit of money at StompCon and I broke even, so it's all good. Excellent. Congratulations to Nick and all who attended StompCon. Good morning to all. Hope that everyone had an enjoyable weekend. It really, really was. It really, truly was. It was amazing. Chris, it was a nice weekend. Thank you. Starting to worry about Dawn. Should we text her? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, we have. Here comes the dawn. Shoopy-dooby. Here comes the dawn. It's all right now. Now, folks who don't seem to recall, but can be reminded that Dawn is the creator of Dawn's Fashionable Felines, the lovely misadventures of Buddy and Georgette, or in the case of Georgette and Buddy, on Facebook. I would tell her to throw her link, but she won't. She's also the queen of all things maple frosted, and as she lays back in bed thinking of Fowler, everything is just a little bit better today. Aww. What's it done? Rich says, stopping by to like busier than a one-legged man chasing a long-haired cat through a chair kicking butt. Yes, I mix metaphors and I don't give a rat's Jigglypuff. And the Fowler Shop did seem to get a lot of good advice from By the Board on Saturday. And they did. I'm glad to bring them into the community a bit more. We will see. Rich, hi, Rich. Crud, there was a local it was a local shop I didn't notice. Sorry. No, they actually had to run fairly early due to their work schedule, but I really appreciated them coming out. Hi. Time to put my nose back to the salt mines. They were just left to By the Board. I think they were still working on getting fully getting their setup. Yes, they've had some really bad distribution issues. So hope your day gets easier, Rich. LOL. Hey, Rich. Everybody's greetings. And we've got greetings. And we've got greetings saying greetings. I'm looking forward to see who enjoyed the Nick Knows Nerf. I'm looking forward to see who enjoyed the pre-recorded Nick Suffers for Your Amusement, a.k.a. I got a message on my Historical Fencing Guild account that Bud K had some wonderful clearance swords to be discussed. It was disgusting, all right. Anyway, yeah, I have to cancel wound care appointment because I have to teach a class at the time. Now the other Chicago trainer quit. I may have to push that off to take the kid to ER if symptoms advance. Good Lord. I hope they're doing okay, like it gets better. Oh, dear. Oh, geez, poor kid. He bought the book. Yeah, Max went home to study it before the tournament, and it shows that he paid attention. The kid's good. I really hope they feel better. Dear Rich, super hugs. StompCon was awesome. I will be honest, it will be a couple days before the actions of StompCon have fully manifested. I don't know what he's doing, but he's up to something. It's kind of scary. Anyway, talk about the con. Personally, I apparently turned purple. Indeed, head to toe. Ain't nothing like a full body blush there, Don. There were lots of interest in those who were on the traveling indie CD table. And that's something you should be really proud of. That's turning into a real feature. And at Don Dulas is your show with Joe Dog. Is that tonight or next Monday? And speaking of, there may be another opportunity coming soon to the Peoria area for traveling Indie CD table for those that cannot make it and those that can, still working on the details. Oh my. And what are you talking about that's about 2 hours away from me? Next! Okay, so we'll have to wait. I'll plan to do a show tonight. Oh, really? Uh-huh. We both went Magic Mike, but my click was too slow. Dang it. May the universe bless it, Joe Buckman, for making an ad long enough to take a potty break. I took my meds during it. Good use of time. It was now I can check it off my morning list. Rampage in the park. The practice fires invasion to the north. This can happen. This maple flavored nuts shakes head. They're good. I'm telling you, maple frosting makes everything better. Any homage? There's that word again. Hope it's not an insult. And now I'm hungry for a Casey's donut, Nick. If you want to call it that, call it whatever you like. Everybody was happy. Casey's donuts. Speaking of, I had one of Don's donuts for breakfast today. Nick, garb character design update when? Stares at you with my neurodivergent eyes. Okay, artistically, I do have to do the image based on the cosplay that was done. After that, I will see about a garb character design update. I mean, do you really want me to do the one that how you found him currently? Anyway, I can see Casey's from my office window. I can't. I think that our nearest one is Ogalla, Nebraska. First off, I did not choose the Casey's life. The Casey's life chose me. Secondly, and tragically, our local Casey's gas has not been that good. So I haven't been able to stop in. And they got rid of their slushy machine because it was always breaking down. And I think that's a crime against man and nature because now I have to go much farther to get slushies. I want my monthly Mountain Dew slushie, and Xander wants it. Stares in neurodivergent implies either prolonged eye contact or none at all. Oh no, this is the full lock on, like Viv looks squared. And I don't know why I went like that for that. But we are past the half-hour mark, and Trey was the person I just clicked. So I am going to do her ad as soon as I find it again. Anyway, and where are we? There we go. Okay, yeah. Foxy, that's a little far for the donut cannon to get to you. I made a discovery that I will have to put on through Nick Knows Nerf. It may be the first Nick Knows Nerf short. I'm not sure. We shall see. But that reminds me, it involves mini marshmallows. Oof, Foxy. Every time I go to visit my family, I eat Casey's donuts most mornings. Their raspberry flip things are amazing. They really are. And there's the link for Georgette and Buddy on Facebook.com. Took me a minute to find it. Trey, my stare of neurodivergence is looking directly at a forehead. The problem is that you're staring right at the third eye of knowledge. It's really, really annoying. Ever since I stopped by that Eichen House place, I'm short, Alec. Mine usually goes for the throat. Lamau, Alec. I am talking about an event called Bookfest coming in March, which is a few weeks after IndieCD.com. Wow. Glad you enjoyed breakfast. It was sweet, and it made my day just a bit better. Viv looks squared. Shirt Nitsu carrying a guard over much heavier than him, over his shoulder. Short, not shirt. Shirtless. Oh my. Just because you're short does not mean you're not powerful. No, Carl. Nitsu prefers clothes on at all time. Good. I can and have carried thesis. Anyway. Oh, yes, accountability. Working on my first calligraphy art commission. There we go. That's what I love to see. I love when people get nudged that the momentum keeps going and does good things. And Dawn says, I have to give a special shout out to Xander, especially during Teardown. He was amazing at giving us a hand. Love that kid. He was amazing at that event, and I will be bribing him today. I like rewarding him. You know how it is. There will be a definite goodwill trip in our future. Looks awkward as heck with him being so tall. It happens. And now we have that image in our head. And Joe says, doing more prints of BSR today since I forgot to get individual pics of each one before the con. Need those for the Indie CD site. Yes. And that's why I said it looks like for Nitsu and Garb. A very awkward hold, but funny. And we're all about awkward but funny. That is what we're about here. This is where we live. I am waiting to hear back about something that I just found out about. Even with Xander only having 2 kids, super squee for that. Yeah, it was a good time. And what's this? I'm not dropping this man if it depended on my life. That was logic. 2 kids? Hands, yes. At one point, Xander was lugging stuff and was asked to do something. He goes, I only have 2 hands. I was like, bravo. Bravo, son. You're out of line. You're going to finish this and come back and do that. But it was funny. Especially since he got up many hours earlier than he usually does. And that's part of why I'm letting him sleep in a bit today before we go on our run. Joe asked if he could give him a hand. That's what it was. But he and Ricky, my brother, really having somebody help with the cleanup was such a relief. Having people up with setup was such a relief. For IndieCD.com, Mandy and I did all of that along with Xander. But it's a thing. I almost forgot, next time we should have Robot Rally, which is a big Lego-based robot game that I'll probably have to be partitioning off the corner by where the board is. So I'm excited about that. We have some people really eager to come out. We had some people just flake. This happens, and that's the cool thing. If you start and everything's easy, it has no value to you. But, booty, if you put in the time, you put in the effort, it just gets better. And I don't know the details of exactly of what Joe's plotting, but I do know what Joe's plotting, so I figure he'll do an announcement later. Oh, the Flakers missed out on a fun time, and they missed out on the opportunity for years of fun times because, see, I'm a forgiving person with memory issues usually. My wife, however, bless her heart, as she works very hard today, it being the delayed first Monday of the month. So she'll be having a meeting that she has to work on. It's always hard on her. But my wife, whom I love, she doesn't hold a grudge. My wife does not hold grudges. I'll make this crystal clear. She nourishes them. She lovingly cares and maintains them. For a woman with a black thumb, I have to have proof of life pictures of any plant she has in her office. I'm not kidding. I have in the past, taken them back for their own safety. But this blessed angel of mine will hold the grudge and nurse it and remember it. And then when the subject of the grudge has passed, she will build a dance hall upon their grave so that she may then every once in a while have a soiree to remember her triumph. Those plants are alive, still alive somehow. That's because I have intervened in the past. I find it hilarious, as you should. Now, we have some other great news. Shoot, there was something I was going to tell you all, and I think I may have accidentally told it to Joe, and then once I told it, it deleted from my mind, which happens sometimes. But that's okay. I wish there were pictures of me getting the minis that Joe and Rich made. Like, I genuinely wish I had a picture. I was about to cry. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It was glorious. But isn't that what we want? Don't we want those moments where you're working your butt off and something incredible happens and you get to hold it and realize a dream has been made manifest? When I saw BSRs that somebody else had made. It's only happened a couple times. Some wooden ones that were made for me by some people. A couple things like that. And the ones who've assembled the ones that they bought for me back when I sold them unassembled. But it is just so cool. Access, I don't have a thumb for plants. Sorry, they can't have it. To the point that my aloe vera keeps blooming. Ooh. See that? Wow. That is cool that your aloe vera keeps blooming, but I think it's time for an ad. And since summer is winding down...
Welcome, friends. I'm Bladed Thesis, and this is my TS. Come join me every other Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and, of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
Sorry. There we go. Have to work out something in the way of a commission. I'm not sure how much it will take, but it will be worth it. Let's see. And let's see. To the point they're blooming. Thankfully, most succulents thrive on neglect. Don't give me a plant, it will die. My Foxy definitely keeps plants longer than she has anything. And just like how you shouldn't trust me with the children joke. I know. How about plastic plant? Plastic happens. Remember, if you can't summon the fires of heck, store-bought is okay. It's a quiet morning, probably good for Monday. I think everybody's recovering. Accountability. There is a show tonight. No clue what I will be working on yet. Also, ordered a new wireless set for the new machine, for the main machine. Rock on, Joe. That way I won't have to look and go, what is he doing in the background? It looks like he's changing the cartridge on some bizarre device. But because, what was that? We're nosy. Let's find out. But yes, guys, it was an incredible time. I got to meet with some people. I actually maybe we're working on a consignment deal with the local shop to sell copies of Big Stumpy Robots there. I would love to see it, and it would give them more to do, and it would be a blast. We also have a bot from Twitch, which is fine. I don't mind bots from Twitch as long as it's not anything that's going to cause me trouble. Welcome bot 0011001. Sorry. You got to be careful dropping a beat in binary. But let's see. Succulent story. But it's long and don't feel like typing it out. Not green room at all, but still a good laugh. Maybe I'll tell it tonight. Ooh. Tell us about your long, special, succulent story, Dawn. I see that, my friends, is the proper way to earn a not the green room. Anyway, StompCon was amazing. I'm hoping I can sell some Nick's BSR sets at the Rummage and Craft sale. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. And Joe, if you need core rule books, just message me your address again and tell me how many you need, and I'll order them at author pricing. Okay? I can't do anything. Well, no, they don't usually get printed off that way. I usually need about a month lead time, but you let me know. And other than that, guys, it's about time for another ad, and there are some people I really want to promote. So what do we have? Who haven't I promoted yet? I need to do this because she isn't here, but she needs to be promoted. Got a new episode of IndieCD 411 next Monday. Yes, with the Joe Dog Material chatting about the upcoming event, HalloCon. To everyone who's going to HalloCon, please be sure to have an absolute blast. Had I a wit in my head, I would have talked to Dawn while she was present and said, here, you're going to HalloCon. If you're doing the IndieCD table, I should give you a bunch of business cards and shenanigans. Oh, well. Oh, I'm going to have so much. Well, you see, the problem is you guys kind of ran into too big a big bad for your party to handle through your choices. So you need a lesser big bad. And I'm thinking the design of Lord Carol. And just thought of something. You can get text later, Lamau. I love the mutual plotting. And please plot. Rejoice. For today is a new week. Now, I know a lot of you guys have the Monday bummers. And there often is a post-con letdown. Not for me. There was post-con coma. I was completely unconscious for a while. But, oh, okay. If you're not setting up, that makes things easier. Because if you were, I was going to be like, oh, I should have given you a stack of my business cards or something to plug/promote. But guys, this is a great week. The temperatures have gotten at least tolerable at night. We'll have a warming trend toward the end of the week, at least where I am. So one last shot at the beaches. And I am very excited for that. I have a couple art commissions I have to do. And I'm excited about that too. Well, requests, payments, things happen. And that does mean I'm post-con, so commissions are back up. Base price varies on what you want and how fast you need it. But I will be taking those. I also have 3 units that I have to. I'm sorry, 1 second. Nice. Joe's current print is 69% done. Okay. 3 units that I have to design because Amanda may have been twitching to see Sheila's Revenge, and I have been told it would be in my best interests for my continued health to make sure that Mojo's Mischief is a functioning thing as well. I just have to find the stats for it to counter it. And that has to show up in the next book too. Oh, it's going to get hinky in the wonderful world of Praxis 5. But one thing that's lovely about cards Joey designed me, I write your names on the back and they can find you there. Ooh, that's sweet. Oh yeah, for those wondering, 426 days till the big 18. Cheers to that. Nice, Joe, not the green room. I'm hoping your adulting classes do not forget. Was Amanda successfully Keisha? There was some slight deployment of Keisha Ing towards Amanda. It is going to roll itself around. And okay, everyone, have a great day. You too, Carl. If you got duck a little early, that's fine. We will keep on keeping on. She was not in the right mood. No. She had a lot going on. But we also, like I said, we got a chance to talk to some people who are much higher up on vending and get a lot of information. And I love learning. I love improving. I love running in circles and solving problems and making things go. It was a good time. And a good time was had by all, which means it is time for an ad. And we are going to drop. Yes, for Carl.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
Yes, there was much cheering for Chair. Roomba. Oh, God. Roomba-chan, wherever you are, I hope you found joy. Jeff. Chair. And yes, I have several characters I am supposed to draw up, including but not limited to Jeff and Nitsu, and I have a lot of art to do, and it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. After I get my commissions done and the run done, I have the disaster behind me to address, the disaster in the living room to address, and the cars to unload. So it's going to be a bit the twink. Yes, the cute sad boy twink. Yes, I will be drawing him up at some point in the near future because the gamers demand it. I really want to drop everybody's wedding finery for that, as the next the next convention, next episode will have probably the big reveal, if you guys can get to it. If not, we'll have to wait till October, and then the vampire wedding will be in October. Oh, darn. That would be tragic. That would be terrible. But we are starting to the end of this broadcast. So, and chat, you've been here. I appreciate it. Guys, be sure to hit the like button and share and subscribe. Yes, Alex did some amazing art for people, and everyone danced and did happy squeeze about it. And as soon in 426 days, I will have ads for Alec. Till then, let's run an ad for somebody else I highly respect.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I am Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my rock and roll art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And that's what we're about here. We want to make sure we let you art. We want you to have your dreams. I want you to make it happen. Because if you build it, they will come. And I think, guys, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if we are reasonable in our expectations and dedicated in the pursuit of our dreams, they can happen. It won't happen today if you start today. I'm not going to lie to you. It may take you 20 years to pull it off. It may take you 20 years to get close to pulling it off. It happens. But your dreams exist because something in your heart, in your soul, cries out to make a change, to make the world at least a different place, hopefully a better one. And I am so honored to be involved with the people who right now, despite working whatever their, hi, my name is Joe, jobs are, they make it happen. These are the people I respect. Yes, you. Yes, you, sir. Don't make me bring you up on screen. I know better because yes, you. Yes, you. This guy. This dude right here has been making dreams happen. Yeah, see, and then he runs. He will take praise for being wonderful. Dang it. I'll break out head pats if necessary. But other than that, guys, what was most pressed into my mind during and around this convention is I travel many circles. I've had many experiences, and I don't often say it, but not all circles are created equally. And while some of my first were many of the worst, I learned a lot there. And as I've journeyed on, I've found better people. And there are folks they're out there. If you're doing this alone, if you're not sure about it, if you're scared or you're chasing your dreams, if everyone around you is telling you you can't do it, you need different people around you. Because the right people, they're going to build you up. They're gonna give you a boost in any way they can, as high as they can. That's the best. And when you get those people in your life and you finally find them, you prize them, folks. You take care of them. Because the world is indeed full of shams and drudgery. But it's also a beautiful place. And people like the folks I know right now, the Indie CD folks, all hail Joe, absolutely, are, you guys are just incredible. The folks in my chat, my amazing Patreon folks who help me keep the Historical Fencing Guild. It's, It always amazes me the kindness and support you guys give. And since I don't want to start crying on a Monday morning stream when I'm supposed to be getting you guys all cheered up and going, I'm not. I'm going to say that, share Dawn's, I've been boosted and lifted more in the past couple of years. Yeah, I can see where those ominous dots are going. With that, let's look at this week as an opportunity to build ourselves and lift each other up, and take those little dreams and chase them. And when people have tried to push me back down, y'all slap them like a fly. Well, gravity hurts some of them in more ways than one, and that is okay too. Years? I've been boosted and lifted more in the last 9 months. Has it only been that long? That's the great thing about it. You get around the right people, it feels like in always. It feels like they've always been there. They always will, and nothing feels better, guys. So I want to wrap up instead of my usual hyper stuff. I want to wrap up. I know Mandy can't watch this right now. I know she's working her butt off. Heck, she may not ever watch this. She may never know I said this, and that's okay. There is no one on God's green earth born before to be born more wonderful to me than Amanda Tockert. I could never have asked for a better partner and companion. For a person like me who is such a strange shaped puzzle piece, to find a place I fit was and still is incredibly miraculous to me. And everything I do is totally because she's in my life. No one better on this earth, and I love you, babe. Well, like I said, yeah, she probably won't know I said this. She doesn't believe that she's the most beautiful woman in the world for me. That's okay. I've got a few decades left to keep trying to convince her. But you guys find someone you love. You find somebody who's there for you. Hold on to them, fingers and toes. Okay. With that, guys, I'm not even going to run another ad. I'm going to say this, guys. Keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it. But you can't edit a blank page. I'll be back Wednesday with the art edition of Nevermind the Furthermore. Shout out to Brian K. Morris, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And I love you, and you should too. Toodles, folks.